two parents in Sweden want to keep their child genderless.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a really crazy story. These parents, first of all, they refer to their kid as Pop.
They did for the purposes of this story.
Right.
Okay.
We don't know what this child's real name is. They won't identify it because it might reveal the gender. But basically, when people ask, oh, is this a little boy or a little girl, they say that they don't disclose that information.
And they dress the kid up in girls' clothes and guys' clothes, and they change it up so no one can figure it out. And because they're I guess over the top hippie liberals.
Right.
They believe in this feminist ideology. They claim, and it's not mainstream feminist ideology; it's their version of it. That says that we are taught these social roles, and if we're not taught the social roles, then it frees them up to be a human being rather than a boy or a girl.
Right.
Are you buying it?
Look, I think that it's a good thing to encourage your child to play with all sorts of different type of toys, play sports if it's a girl, just don't restrict your child to just, female gender stereotypical things, and I don't like that. That kind of bothers me. But the fact that they're, keeping this child's identity a secret, it's kind of weird. I think this child might grow up with some issues, right?
Here's my thoughts. That kid's going to need so much therapy. I mean, the therapy bills alone is not going to justify what's happening here because the child is confused. They're basically not telling the kid what he is, right? But at some point, he or she is going to find out. He's going to look down if it's a he, and he's going to be like, oh, I get it. I'm a boy. Okay. I mean, how old is this kid going to get before you start telling him or her what she is or he is, right? It doesn't make any kind of sense. No, we don't want you to have any gender roles, so we're not going to tell you what you are. But Mom, Dad, I got a penis. And that gives me a pretty good freaking clue as to what I am.
But, okay, to the parents' credit, at some point they realize that. They realize the kid is going to realize whether it's a girl or a boy, right? And they want that to happen. They want him or her to come up with that on his or her own. Okay? I think it's interesting. I really do. Look, I'm not 100%...
Here's how they're going to discover the book. Oh, okay, I got it. I mean, what's the No, they're going to screw the kid up. Yeah, I'm totally against it.
They want the kid to come up with it, him or herself. His own gender
basically...
roles or human roles. This is the problem. The parents, if you don't teach your children what happens in the world will. So if you say, come up with it yourself, someone else is going to tell your kid how to come up with it. So he's going to learn from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not like animals where they're born and all of a sudden you just know how to do certain things and it's mysterious to us because they're getting some kind of whatever vibes. But humans have to be taught. It's like saying, you know what? I don't want to teach my child any particular language, so I'm not just going to talk to them at all. Let them figure out the language they'll speak.
Yeah, see if they speak Norwegian or English or Chinese on their own. Just kind of figure it out. Look, we are taught to eat with a fork and knife because that winds up helping us along the road. Okay, there are some things that it's okay to teach your children. Now, if they say to me, Anna, hey, you know what? I don't want to have my kid necessarily conform to these things. So if my boy wants to play with a Barbie doll, have at it, Hoss. I mean, give him a whole Barbie house. Okay, go crazy.
Right.
But especially if it's a boy and he's dressing up in a skirt one day and pants the other day. I mean, thank God he's in Sweden. I don't know how they roll in Sweden. But here in the U.S., he'll be given a role, okay? And if he goes to schools in the U.S. and he's dressing up one way or the other, the role he'll be given is a girl. They're not going to say, oh, well, he's a dude, but he dresses up in a skirt some days, and that's totally fine. And then you're opening up a whole other can of whoop ass on him for no reason. Psychologically, I love
how you see this kid as a guy already. Like you've already determined that it's a guy. No, but that's the thing. Gender is something that it has to do with hormones as well. It's not learned.
I feel more bad for him if it's a guy. And look, maybe I'm totally wrong on this, and maybe I'm off base on it. But if it's a girl, and half the day she dresses up in a skirt, and half the day she dresses up in pants, she'd be all right. Okay,
right.
She can get beyond it. And if she likes sports or she likes Barbie dolls, she'd be fine. But a guy, you're putting a lot of stigma onto that, right? Mm-hmm. And And right or wrong, you're putting that stigma on it. There is no such thing as not making a decision. You're making a decision as a parent there for your kid. And I think it's the wrong decision. Let them be whoever they are. It's ironic because you're doing the exact thing you don't want to do. You're enforcing something on them that is artificial. Okay? If you said, if you're a boy or a girl, you want to play with whatever you want to have, etc., great, I'm with you, right? But if you say, I'm going to enforce this gender neutrality on you, and that's not... Look, let's talk about the 1967 case.
No, I will. But they're not forcing gender neutrality on this kid. Because this kid gets to choose what he or she gets to wear. Okay, this kid gets to choose what he or she gets to play with. That's what their whole concept is.
How does a 2-year-old choose?
I think 2-year-olds are smart enough to pick out what they want to wear.
Yeah, all right.
But like I said before, learning to eat with a fork and a knife, that's something that, is a social standard. That's something that is taught to you by society, right? Gender is not something that's taught to you by society. Of course, society has a role to play in it, but it's hormones, testosterone, things like that. That's what helps you determine whether or not you act like a girl or a boy.
I agree. So I think their effort is futile anyway. So what's their point?